Hey, I am Follygon, and welcome to my series of short videos where I create a 3D character doodle with some fun, snappy editing to show off the coolest parts of the process. Click that subscribe button if you are new around here, and check out the links in the description for things like my Patreon, brushes, and tutorials. In this video, I will be creating a digital sculpt of Sam, the Samsung girl, based off of Light Farm Studios' original work of the character. The hype for this character has been pretty crazy, so I decided to jump on the bandwagon and do a sculpt of her myself. So far, we are of course in everybody's favorite stage of sculpture, which is the alien phase. I typically just call it the blockout phase when we're getting down the initial structure. Things can look pretty awkward at this point, but it's just a matter of working through it to get to the other side. So after some cleanup, some smoothing, we get to something that feels a little bit more clean, and I can start refining my sculpture further. One thing that I thought was really cool about this sculpt that I really want to experiment with more in the future is getting paint on my sculpt super early. I don't know why, but it just really helps me figure out proportions. It makes it feel more like a living character and less like a piece of plastic. As well as getting hair on my sculpts really early. I try to kind of painfully force myself to sculpt a face as best as I can without putting hair on it at first, but I really don't recommend doing that unless you want the extra practice. Hair is just so important to the overall feel of a character. If you've ever gotten a big hairstyle change or had a friend get a big hairstyle change, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So get your hair on your characters very early, it'll help you progress a whole lot faster. After I get all the little extra facial features on there, like the eyelashes, eyebrows, clean up things like the nostrils, the lips, etc., it's off to actually sculpting some cool form on top of the hair. Can't have that looking super flat and boring, so I've got to get some extra brush strokes on there, make that more visually interesting. And then the eyes for this character were pretty crazy. I spent a good amount of time getting all those nice, deep, saturated purples and blues on there. And then it's immediately off to posing the character, breaking symmetry, and starting to get to that final pose. Which, as you saw from the thumbnail, is the one where she's kind of reaching out and grabbing the camera. I thought it was the most unique pose out of everything I've seen, so I wanted to give it a shot here. After some more tweaking to the face, it's off to the clothing to go ahead and hand sculpt some nice big billowy folds on there. If you are interested in learning more about sculpting folds, I just so happen to release a brand new tutorial on it over on my Patreon. There's a link down below, definitely check it out. And then here at the end comes my favorite part, which is just polish. That's kind of taking what you already have, continuing to refine it to those finishing stages. But because this is just a daily doodle, I don't spend a huge amount of time like my month-long projects where, I'll spend days and days refining what I have. This is just something where I spend, an extra 15, 20 minutes at the end, cleaning up little things that I'm noticing, maybe changing some proportions, fixing some paint here and there on the character's face. But for the most part, other than adding some quick freckles here at the end, which was a lot of fun, that is going to be it for my sculpt of Sam, the Samsung girl. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, click that like button and check out my last video where I made one of Losh's characters, something I've been meaning to do for a very long time. But until the next one, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.